Hello everyone and welcome to my fourth video. Today I'll be talking about some tips and tricks on surveying. Before I start the video, I think you have noticed the clarity of the video compared to my earlier videos. So I really want to give thanks to my wife for gifting me a good camera phone, which was a surprise. And as this is the fourth video, I think it's befitting also, as our fourth anniversary is coming up in a few days. So I really want to give thanks to my dear wife for staying with me during ups and downs, and hope to see many good years ahead. So thank you for the good camera phone. All right, so moving on, today, as I discussed, will be on some tips and tricks on surveying. Just a disclaimer here, this is my method and not any conventional method. There's no hard and fast rule, and I'll just show you how I do it in my style to make things very simple. I try to keep it as simple as possible. All right. So first step, which I use during the reconnaissance survey, is GPS. Yeah. So I'll just on the GPS now. This is my favorite GPS. This is the Garmin 62S GPS, and I had used earlier GPS also, the 76 CSX and the Oregon 600. The 76 CSX was fairly simple, and the Oregon consumed a lot of battery and not very good range actually. But this one has a good battery life. It has a good external antenna also. You'll always get good range here wherever you go. Whether you're in a deep valley, I've experienced many times in deep valleys, you really don't get good range and your calculation becomes wrong. All right. So first step so I really recommend this, the 62S Garmin. So the first step when you do is you need to check for your satellite reception. So for that, uh, we go to the main menu, and then we see the satellites. So here we have already captured some satellites here, and the range is showing fairly good range, plus minus 3 meters. So a very good range here. And one thing I want to point out here is I always use personally the UTM system for lat long. Okay, so here it's written 46R, which refers to the northeastern part of India, which is assigned 46R. The UTM system, I want to give thanks to my good friend and whom I consider to be one of the best geologists, Dr. Shopnendra Gun. Very humble person also. So thanks to Dr. Gun for showing me the system. So using the system, it assumes that the Earth is flat and is divided into specific regions. So 46R refers to the northeastern region, and you can easily find your calculations are very easy. For example, the last one here, 4 and 3, refers to the meters. So you can easily find your north south if you're calculating, and east west if you're also calculating. All right. So once you have reached your place, you just press mark, and then your lat long is there, and then you press done. So since nowadays we have the smartphone, I just take a photo of this, I give the description here, and I save it on my phone. Another good feature of the GPS is the area. So what we do is, again, we go to the main menu, and we go to area calculation here, and you can walk around the area, start and stop, and then calculate the area. All right. So this is very useful. I really recommend this. Second tool for your reconnaissance survey is, after you have taken your points, you can use the software that comes with the Garmin GPS, which is nowadays it's Basecamp. Earlier it was MapSource, but nowadays Google Earth Pro is really good, and you also get a view of the terrain. So I recommend using Google Earth Pro, and I'll try to insert a video here of the advantages of Google Earth Pro. So this is the Google Earth Pro software which I was mentioning about. It's a great software for surveying, and a big improvement from the normal Google Earth version. So hats off to Google for this software. And as we can see, it shows the globe here. And earlier I had made a waypoint of the place with the coordinates. So what we need to do now is we need to zoom in to the place where we were approximately, not necessarily exact, but somewhere nearby. So I was in somewhere around Omsning, and you need to click here the yellow pin. So I click there. I can name this as testing. The zone is correct, 46R, which corresponds to the northeastern part of India, and the easting which I had got earlier was 0386702, and the northing was 2849224. So I press OK, and you can see the point has come out here. Okay, so fairly accurate, and we can shift this around and see the place also, the north, and we also have a timeline, and you can go back and forward also if you want, and you can see this. And the tool which I was mentioning about was the ruler tool. So you can measure the length it mentions here, and even the part also for curved part if you want. So you can see there, and the good addition here um, is the area. So you select a portion here, and you can get the area in square meters, in hectares, in acres, in square feet, whatever you want. So it's a very flexible, easy system, also very easy to use, and you can also change the color if you have many areas nearby. So this is an excellent tool, and you can use this for reconnaissance survey. And why I like Google Earth over the Garmin software is you can see the actual terrain, and you can make calculations accordingly. Thank you. All right, going next. Um, Once you have done your initial survey, you need to get to the ground, get your boots to the ground really. And for that, I use good gripping shoes, nothing expensive, very simple, full sleeve shirts, and a cap, and also my trusty 4x4 Gypsy. So this also was actually from Assam Rifles disposed Gypsy, which was reconditioned, and I had to take a loan even to buy an auction Gypsy. Okay, so things are really cheap, nothing expensive here, very simple. All right, first step you do is I like to use a 30-meter measuring tape. You can use any, but I recommend myself 30-meter. If you're using 50 meters, once you're pulling it back on really long lengths, dirt can get stuck in between, and it spoils your reeling mechanism also. So I recommend 30 meters. And next is the auto level. There's also nothing expensive, very simple. This you can get within 20,000. Oh, the GPS also, if there's a Google Amazon link, I'll try to put it in if it's still available. This will cost you around 20,000. So the entire setup here also will cost you around 20,000 for the auto level. Total station, if you can use, it's good, but personally I can't afford a total station. It costs in the range of 3 lakhs. So you can go for something 20,000, and it serves the purpose for the field. So what you get is, I've also customized this one. First of all, you get the stand. I don't use the auto level stand. I use the total station stand. This is heavy, sturdy, and it won't fail you. So you just open this up. You can adjust it. This is like your tripod. All right. You can dig it in the ground, lock it, and then you put your auto level. So the auto level which I recommend to use is the Leica. It's a Swiss company, and nothing fancy as such. This one costs maybe 12,000-13,000. I think it's still available in Amazon. And this is the NA320 model which I use. All right. So it comes like this. You fit it there, and then you screw it into place. And once you've done that, then you try to, if the camera can come a bit inside, I'll show you. You try to bring the spirit level here, level, by adjusting these stands here, and then you try to bring the bubble in the center, and as you can see, it's in the center. I check it both ways, and this is also in the center, right? So as you can see, this is our auto level is set up, and the staff which I use, if you buy a set, you'll get a 5 meter one. I prefer using 8 meters. So all this you can custom buy individual parts. As you can see, this is 8 meters, and what you do is you can lift this one by one and do the measurements for the height. One thing, you'll need 2 persons for operating this, and you have to be very careful with these pins here. I think this is my third staff which I'm using, because usually the one who's opening this one, they are quite rough. So I'm very careful about opening this one, and you can also give instructions, otherwise your pin will get spoiled. All right, so just be a bit careful with this. So I recommend using 8 meters. It saves you a lot of time when you're doing high distances, and also it gets above the vegetation. So this is what I recommend. All right, so I'm just going to fold this back. Now when you're in the field, you'll need a pen, and I always prefer a full sleeve shirt with a shirt pocket to insert your pen, and your notebook. If you must have been taught, you use your back side, your foresight, and your intermediate side, height of the instrument, and reference level. For me, when I do the initial survey, it's I take from point to point first, so I usually don't use the intermediate side. They and I'll just show you so that you can understand. You must have been taught this in college now, but so first of all, you use your benchmark, which I usually take as 100, then your backside, then your foresight, the height of the instrument, your reference level, and any remarks that you want to make. So very simple. And the intermediate site which I use is usually when I put points. All right. So for putting points, I like to use this dowel or white, which you say. This is not heavy, light, and serves the purpose for cutting around any bamboos which may be blocking a road, making posts to put as demarcations. And I also like to use a red color cloth which I can tear into pieces and tie it on those sticks, which can be used as poles for excavation or any other demarcation marks there. So this is the basic way that I do my surveying, and I hope this helps. These are, as I said before, this is just my method. I use short and simple methods, nothing fancy, and I hope you like this video, and please continue watching my videos. Thank you.